Bible say?
That's why the Bible is redundant. The Lord says things over and over because we're stiff-necked, hard-headed people.
Calm down and listen to one another. And more importantly, listen to this Bible. Right? Okay, that's it.
But in this last day, the Most High is raising up the true prophets of God.
All praise. All praise. We're going to find out what's the way. Remember, the Bible is also a vocabulary book.
That's the question I'm asking. That nation is so great, like the so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans that has gone so nigh unto
The laws of God is the light that we gotta let shine before men.
All right, Brother Rob, you got any questions?
No, I'm loving it, brother.
Okay, all praises. So my question to you is, what is the importance of imagery? That's because that was the root of the topic while we was dealing with Brother Therese, because his children was pointing to this image being depicted as Christ.
That's because they want to colonize, that's why.
Colonize?
Yeah.
I agree, 100%. They wanted to colonize. Well, honestly, they already did colonize because it already took place.
Right.
This image is renownedly known across the world as being what? Jesus. But if you read the Bible, you don't find it nowhere in there. You understand what I'm saying? So it's an issue. It's an issue at hand. Why are our people settling for this? Give me let's go to the history of it. Give me First Maccabees. First Maccabees 348, right? Let's see where this all started from. Read.
First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So the heathen are referred to as other nations of people. Okay, when you take a look at this sign right here, any other nation that's not on this sign is a heathen according to the Bible. These are the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. This is your God-given nationality. This is what you were called in slavery when you came over here in cargo slave ships. Your great-great-grandmother, your great-great-forefather, this is the identity that they took on. But this was originally their God-given nationality. Okay, read.
Read it again.
First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
So the heathens laid open the book of the law, which is his Bible. You familiar? What was the year for the Renaissance? 1453. Thank you. 1453. Okay, this image got reared up and depicted as Christ. The Renaissance was what? It came from what was before the Renaissance? The Dark Ages. You familiar with the Dark Ages? Why do they call it the Dark Ages? The reason they said that because black men ruled. We ruled Europe. I don't know if you ever traveled out the state.
You taught me something, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, and all praise to the Most High. We don't see, these are things we're not learning in church. Here it is, all this information is derived from the Bible. But when you go to church on Sundays, you don't learn none of that. Your pastor give a sweet sermon about how his week was. They pass the collection plates, and then you out the doors right back in sin. According to when we teach the commandments of God.
That's right.
You understand?
Are you online, brother?
Yes, sir. We online. If you go on YouTube, type in IUIC. Okay, and brother got the flyer too. So that's we got a school.
I can get it through here?
Yeah, it's on the back. We turn the fly around.
From Texas, but I love this.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, bro. We got a congregation in Texas, Austin, Texas.
Really?
Yeah, we got a church out there as well. So if you ever want to come down there, feel free. San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. So
we live in Dallas, but that's
yeah, we got one in Dallas too.
Oh, you do?
Just type in IUIC on YouTube, IUIC Dallas. Okay, and all the information will come up for you. Read that again.
And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So the heathen, hey sis, this your husband, right?
Oh, thank you.
All right, no problem, brother. So the heathen said that they laid open the book of the law and painted the image of their likeness. You got a question, brother? You from the tribe of Levi? You know you from the tribe of Levi?
I've heard you guys, and you know, some of the stuff that you guys are saying.
So brothers, what you see right now is God's army. And guess what? The Lord wants you to join this army. Join God's army. Because we are the 12 tribes of Israel. Come join us. We have a lot of work to do, and we cannot do it by ourselves. Not just dealing in America, but globally, worldwide. We got to visit places like Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, the 54 countries in Africa. We got to set up sanctuaries, teach the people, raise the people up in the Word of God. It's a big job, and nobody's doing this job. There's no nation doing what we're doing. Every black organization, every Christian church acts like the diaspora doesn't exist. Who's going to the Afro-Iraqi? Nobody. Right. Who's dealing with the Afro-Iranians? Nobody. You know, we're the only ones. We are the prophets of God.
Historically speaking, in the Bible is true, so I can't argue with that.
All praise to the Most High. So my question to you is, knowing that you're from the tribe of Levi, so like, just kind of bring me up to speed, like you watch on YouTube or?
First of all, I used to see you guys like on the subway in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I first encountered, some of this teaching.
Gotcha.
At first I didn't believe it, but when I went and started doing research and looking at the Bible, it was.
So what are some of the things, if you don't mind me asking? What's your name, by the way?
Gregory.
Gregory, my name's Ephraim. Nice to meet you, bro. So what are some of the things that after a while that you started to look up yourself, you realized that kind of, won you over to, the trust and understanding that you're an Israelite?
If you look at the curse in the Bible, right? Deuteronomy, I believe it's 28, right?
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy 28. Yes, sir.
There isn't another race on the face of this planet that's identical or that can relate to this curse.
The brother made a heavy statement. He said at one point in time he didn't believe in the Bible, but until he read Deuteronomy 28, he realized that the curses only could happen to one nation of people, and that's so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? So what you got to understand, Gregory, right? So what you got to understand, brother, with the knowledge you have now, that's a weighty matter. So with knowing that you're an Israelite, it's something that comes along with that. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Deuteronomy 10 and 12 for the brother. How long, have how long have you known about it?
To be honest with you, I've known it for a while. Like, it's not news. It's like everybody's awakened to the fact that, this is really true.
Right, right.
It's just a lot of us are still asleep, not really knowing who we are.
Exactly. And that's why we out here to wake our people up, because our people are spiritually asleep. So understanding that you're an Israelite from the tribe of Levi, let's listen to what God says.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So Gregory, the Most High is speaking to you. He's saying now, you know your idea. Psalms 119. You never really did. So you don't celebrate Christmas, birthday. What about your birthday?
My birthday is the only thing, but I don't think a big deal on my birthday. It's just that I think, the Most High Yah for allowing me, to see another day. But other than that, I don't celebrate.
What's the one in Wisdom of Solomon about when Solomon said about, basically his day was vanity. You know what I'm saying? If anybody know, look it up. About Wisdom of Solomon, where he talks about why esteem is one day above the others, something like that. Yeah. So what I want you to understand, brother, and thank you. Yes, sir. Give me that, please. So what I want you to understand, Gregory, is that, you may not celebrate, pagan customs like, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, things of that nature, but celebrating your birthday is actually against the scriptures. So that's what we got mercy for. You know what I'm saying? We learn this something every day. So, and I'm expound on what I mean by why it is a sin according to the Most High. Read that.
Sirach chapter 33, verse 7. Why doeth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day is in the year is of the sun? By the knowledge of the Lord they are distinguished, and he altered the seasons and feasts.
So what you got to understand is when you read in Leviticus 23, it's a whole outline of what days should be celebrated and what days should not be celebrated. When you read in Leviticus 23, it outlines the high holy days that should be celebrated. Anything outside of that is not to be celebrated. And you won't find birthdays in there. What you got to understand is, I don't know if anybody got it out here, the Satanic Bible. Anybody? No. Nobody got it? If you, huh? Which one? That's what it's called, the Satanic Bible. That's what it's called.
Pull it up.
Yeah, if somebody pull it up, feel free. So it's a link that gives the detail as far as where birthdays originated from. Okay, but I'm reading all this to say, when you read in, give me Exodus 20. We're gonna start at, I believe, is verse 3.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Now think about it, Gregory. When we out here having our birthdays, and not just you, but other brothers and sisters that may not have as much knowledge as you, when they out there celebrating their birthday, what do they normally tend to say? This is my day. This is the day that this is a special day, right? But we just read in Sirach 33, we just read in Sirach 33 that what? The Most High didn't esteem any other day than the other. He made certain days to be sanctified and honored, that you read in Leviticus 23, and other days just normal days. When you're celebrating birthdays, God don't view that. It's a normal day to him. That's self-worship for us. Now let's read what the Satanic Bible says.
Satanic Bible. The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birth.
So I want to ask a question. Hey sisters, y'all celebrate y'all birthday? Sisters in the orange, sisters in the orange dress. Fill them on, get the sisters. Sisters.
Fill them on.
Anybody that hear the sound of this big old mic? Anybody celebrate birthdays?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now, do you believe in God?
No.
You don't believe in God?
No.
Why don't you believe in God, brother?
That's a story spit out.
Okay, so my question to you is, if you don't believe in God and you celebrate birthdays, listen to what this source says. Read.
The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion.
In what religion?
In the Satanic religion.
Are you a Satanist, brother? Okay, so let's read that again from the top. Pay attention.
The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion.
The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion
is the date of one's own birthday.
Is the date of what?
One's own birthday.
So, you celebrate birthdays, you're a Satanist.
That's right. You don't believe in God, he might go to school.
Right.
Oh, you gotta go, man.
Hey, read that flyer, brother. Hey, listen, celebrating a birthday is a sin. And brother that's with him. Brother with the gray jacket. Hey, look, man, you're not supposed to shave your head bald. That's a sin according to Leviticus 21. We got to come back and keep the commandments of God. We are God's chosen people. We must act as such. The reason that we are in these oppressive states, the reason why we getting gunned down in the streets is because we broke God's commandments.
Right.
It's hard time we wake up, black man and black woman.
Right.
Come back to your heritage.
Right.
Y'all don't realize how royal your history is. But what we want to do is, we want to come down to the harbor and live lasciviously. We want to come down here and do what we want to do. What about making time for God?
Right.
He the one that brought you here. What's your purpose here on earth? Give me Ecclesiastes 12:13. What's your purpose here? Anybody ever wake up and ask yourself, damn, what am I here to do? What's my purpose here on earth? Right. God defines it, but you got to read the Bible and find out what it is.
That's right.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
You see that? The whole purpose of man is to fear him and keep his commandments.
That's right.
That's the whole purpose why we're here. But guess what? The so-called white man, along with these other nations, what did they do? They have strategically implanted in our brains to stray away from God. So to this current day, the commandments of God is of no intent, of no interest to us. You know what we want to do? We want to go to the club on Friday night. Right. We want to work overtime on Saturday. Right. We want to steal. We want to kill. We want to commit fornication. We want to commit adultery. Hey, brother with the black hat that just got that fly. Hey, brother. Hey, bro right here. Bro right here, all black. Can I ask you one question? Just 2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes, real quick. Come here real quick. I just want to ask you one question, bro. Do you believe in marriage or do you believe in open relationships? It's a hard question, but hey, I'm asking for a reason. You got a girlfriend?
Yeah, but
Are y'all? Huh? So she has her own partners and you have your own partners. Okay, now, I'm saying this for a reason. Give me Hebrews 13:4. 2 minutes, bro. I want you to pay attention to this. I want you to walk away with something you never heard before. You're not going to learn this in a Christian church. Read that, Hebrews 13:4.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
So when it comes down to God, God says that marriage is honorable in all. Read.
And the bed undefiled.
So between you and your girl, when y'all married, whatever y'all do, as long as in accordance with Leviticus 18, guess what? That's lawful. But listen to the contrary side.
But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So what is a whoremonger? A whoremonger is somebody that has an open relationship. You understand? Bro, I'm going to tell you this straight. If I was you as a man, I'd be damned if I'm going to be staying with another woman that's laying up with another nigga. I'm going to tell you straight. She belongs to the streets.
Right.
Same with you. You got to set the example. My thing is, how in this day and age does an open relationship work? Especially in this day and age where disease is so rampant. You going out here raw dogging, she out here slopping off any and old everybody, and then y'all come back together? Read that again.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So my question is, when it comes down to a relationship, how will God judge you if you're a whoremonger? That's my question to you, brother. So if you're out here having an open relationship, the Bible says that a whoremonger God will judge, right? That's what we just read. How will God judge you? How? We got to be a bit more elaborate.
I don't know. I don't really be going to church like that. That's always fun.
Hey, look, we don't go to church on Sunday.
That's right.
We keep the Sabbath. We the children of the book.
That's right. Bring it up.
You see yourself here with this son? What's your nationality? You black? So according to the Bible, you come from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? The same tribe that Christ came from, the black Messiah. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes down to being that whoremonger and God judging you, give me Deuteronomy 28:61. This is what you have to understand, brother. It's a pending judgment. Eventually, out of time, that rubber gonna bust. And then maybe that one day that what? You gonna end up with a kid that you don't want? Or guess what? Then you gonna put yourself in sin. Oh, go get the plan B. Killing your own people. Or you gonna get a disease. It ain't nothing out here in these streets, bro. Trust me. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law.
So let me ask you a question. What's your name, by the way?
My name Walter.
Walter? My name Ephraim, bro. Nice to meet you, bro. My name Ephraim. So listen, it says every plague that's not written in this book, right? Is AIDS in the Bible?
I never read it.
This is why it's important. Is chlamydia in the Bible? Is herpes in the Bible? These things are not in the Bible, but listen to what God said.
Them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Because what you got to understand is, with this book comes a black God. And when it comes down to rebellious people, God takes pleasure in disciplining the rebellious. Why do you think that mass shooting took place? And we don't condone it. Thank you, soldier. We don't condone those acts in any kind of way. But guess what? Vast majority of the people is what? At the grocery market on the Sabbath day, buying and selling, breaking God's laws. And unfortunately, they lost their life. This is the kind of God that we deal with. Give me Deuteronomy 7:9. This is what you got to understand, brother. How old are you? 21. You 21. So you young. You got kids? So you got 2 kids. So you got 2 kids already. You 21 and you got 2 kids, brother. With an open relationship. Think about the example you setting for your kids, bro.
Right.
What you got? You got 2 boys, 2 girls? So you got a son and a daughter. Now think about this, bro. If you see your daughter out here in these streets right now, walking with 2 dudes, because you have an open relationship, so that means what? You got 2 partners. The girl you with, she got a dude over there and she got you. So imagine your daughter walking with 2 men. How would you feel about that? You'd be mad as hell, right? This is why we got to come back to God. We got to read this Bible. Because that's not what God condones. This is why we get jacked up as a nation of people. That's why you got Trayvon Martins. That's why you got George Floyd's. That's why you got the event that happened in Buffalo. You know the details in Buffalo, New York that took place?
Yeah, I know. They shot up
A white man drove 2+ hours to a specific area where black people renownedly live at and killed those people. You understand? These are the people, bro. That's why I say you got to understand the times we in. And guess what? Those spirits was allowed by God to do that. God controls all spirits. You got to Deuteronomy 7:9? Yes, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him.
You see that? And the way you love God is by keeping his commandments. It ain't like Christian church where they say, oh, love God and just believe. God is about action. Love is keeping his commandments. And in return, when you keep his commandments, he have mercy upon you. That's why I say to them people out there in Buffalo, guess what? They mercy ran out. That was their time. They lived their life all that time up until that day where God said, you know what? Each one of these souls, they're appointed to die now. Their mercy has run up because why? They ain't come back to me yet. Read.
And keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face.
So on the contrary side, to those people that don't want to love God, that hate God to his face, what does God say?
And repay them to hate him, and repay them that hate him to their face.
God says he'll repay you to your face. That's what happened to them brothers and sisters that lost their life. They got repaid to their face with that rifle. Point blank period. We don't want that to be you, bro. We don't want that to be your kids. They had, matter of fact, with the kids, they had the elementary shooting in Texas. You see what I'm saying? Bro, the times we in the last days. It's high time you got to wake up, bro. You got to come back to your heritage. Read.
Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I commanded thee this day to do them.
You see that? To do them. So understand, bro, you got that flyer. I know it seems like you're in a rush. Listen, bro, read that flyer. Your history is in that pamphlet. If you search on YouTube, we got IUIC. Search on YouTube, thousands of videos on marriage, on raising kids. But you got to come back and keep God's commandments, bro.
That's right.
All right, bro. Shalom.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.